Good morning, beautiful souls, beautiful family out there on YouTube. I popped a quick video up yesterday while I was at the beach at sunrise, and I read the comments, and I didn't realise I'd been gone for so long. I didn't realise it'd been so long since I'd come in and said hello. I've got to be honest, the place that I'm in right now, time doesn't really exist, and obviously I just flow. I just flow. I just go with the flow, and I'm really living in the now moment, which is beautiful. There's been lots going on in the collective energies, some of which I can't talk about on here because of the nature of them. And you know, this space is I feel is really important for us all to have communication with each other. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it in my Patreon community this morning, from a higher dimensional spiritual perspective, from what I see. There is no right, there is no wrong. But obviously there has been some huge news, particularly over in America, and that is this news is kind of what is reverberating through everyone right now. And there's also the Schumann resonance has been kicking off. We've been in KP5 over the past couple of days. There's been this huge planetary alignment where all these planets, which hasn't happened for a very, very long time. So, you know, we felt something big coming. A lot of us certainly did. I don't think the big massive whatever it is that's coming is here. I think this is like a little warm up wave, shall we call it. I just want to check in with you all and see how you all are. So I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of healing of different versions of myself through space-time, multidimensionality of it all. Also, I was just away in Edinburgh this weekend with 3 beautiful soul sisters, and we did a lot of work. It was supposed to be a holiday. It was a holiday. It was beautiful, but there was a lot of work also done. So there's been a lot of work done within the collective, you know, from solstice onwards. So you might be feeling a little bit of a heavy energy. That's okay. You might be feeling a little bit, you know, drained, a little bit tired. It really just kind of depends where you are on your ascension path. Okay, so whatever you're feeling in this moment is absolutely divine, and you're exactly where you should be. But if you are feeling any kind of you know, I find it really interesting that the teal energy came in. So I mean, you can work with the teal as a flame or as a ray, and I find that really interesting, that coming in just prior to this kind of, I'm going to call it a shock wave that has just ascended through the well, good choice of words there, through the collective over the past few days. So if you are feeling, you know, any kind of fear, or you're feeling any kind of density, if you're feeling any what's the other word I'm looking for? Distortion, that's the word I'm looking for. Feeling any distortions in your field, you can go back to my video that I don't know what, I'm looking at the time as if it's going to tell me where that video is. No, it's not going to tell me where the video is. I'm actually trying to think what it's called. I can't remember. I could look it up, I suppose. To work with that teal energy, if you're feeling any kind of distortion in your field, is really going to help you. Let me just see if I can get into my videos here. Oh, Professional as always, Joanne. Right, let me just see. What was it called? I would be behind my phone. Okay, so it's just 2 videos ago. Technique to help remove fear and transmute fear, and I think that says distortion. So you can go into that video and it can give you a lovely technique to kind of help remove these distortions from your field. But what I'm going to say is something that I can say, all is not always what it seems, and we know this. Okay, we know this. So all I'm gonna say is do what you can to not be pulled in. Okay, do what you can to not be pulled into a narrative. Okay, our job isn't really to be pulled into narratives at this point. Our job is to transmute things, to see them for what they are, to know that there's always a bigger purpose, to know that everything is divine, and what we are seeing and what we are witnessing now is absolute divine guidance. It's divine happenings. It's everything that's happening right now is because we are in this different place, and what we have been creating has already been created. Like, it's already done, and the war's already won. Like, I can't even engage in it anymore. You know, it's a cleanup act. I can clean things up, but I don't engage in battle, because to me there isn't any battle. There's just stuff to clean up, you know. So we've already created this space that I can only speak for myself, that I know that I'm in. And we're just getting there now. So this, you know, you can call it New Earth, you can call it whatever you want, whatever that vision is for you, it's already been created. So certainly for me, I'm on this path where I have no option but to get there now. You know, I can't speak for other people, but you know, if this resonates, this resonates with you. So we're in the boat to get to our destination, and it's all been created. So we basically are just kind of flowing right now, because if we're in the boat, we know that it's already done, and we trust that everything is exactly as it should be. And we bring ourselves into balance, and we try and remove distortion from our field, and it's all healing up. It's just all healing. It's all healing. It's all divine. So wherever you are in this process, whatever you're feeling, thank you for being here. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Okay, give yourself a real big pat on the back. And if you feel you're pulled into any kind of narrative that is making you feel anything other than in flow or in balance, and that could be anything, you know, anything at all, whether it's the spiritual nature, whether it's what we call a 3D nature, whatever it is, take some time just to pull back and just to check yourself. You got to check yourself. Check yourself. Am I being pulled into a narrative? You know, is this a battle I want to fight? Why am I still fighting? Is there something I can clear up here? Or is it just my job to stay in balance? Because if I feed that energy and I engage in battle, then I'm in an energy of war, and I'm in an energy of battle, and I'm in an energy that isn't compassion, that isn't heart-driven, that isn't loving. And I'm not saying that's wrong. Whatever feels right for you in the moment is right for you in the moment. But certainly where I am, I'm not engaging in battle anymore. I'm not feeding any kind of narrative, any energy. I'm like, oh, look what's happening over there. Isn't that interesting? I can see exactly what that's all about. But I know that I'm on this timeline. I'm getting here. So what is it I need to do within myself to get there? Because at this point, at this stage in this game, this is what it's about. It's about what we do for ourselves. It's about what we clear up for ourselves. It's about clearing the illusions for ourselves. It's about integrating these parts of ourselves. Any stories or narratives within the collective are just pulling you away from that and pulling you into feeding the narrative that is out there. And I know that if you're watching this, you know better and that you feel better. You know, you feel that you know. I'm not telling you what to know. But you'll know what resonates with you and what doesn't. So when we wake up and we feel this tiredness, and when we wake up and we feel this heaviness, and when we wake up and we feel anxiety, or when we wake up and we don't go, yeah, like another day, let's go. Predominantly, it's because the collective consciousness is kind of trying to pull it down into its vibrational state. So just ask yourself, is this the vibrational state that I want to be in? Okay, is what's happening in the world and in the, the narrative of the world, is that vibration the vibration I choose? If I've been pulled into that vibration, I don't want to be in that vibration, that's okay. I was meant to be there, but I also know that I can pull myself out of it, and I can choose now to not be part of that narrative and see it for what it is. So for many, I might have been speaking in riddles there, but for others, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll try and get in and do live this week at some point, because I miss you all. I just realised how long I've been out. It's only 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is 2 weeks, I don't know. Now that I'm aware, it just feels like a long time. So I'm going to do what I can to get in. There are lots of exciting things happening this end. There's something that I'm really excited about that I'm gonna just quite talk about just now, but it's coming very soon, which is really, really, really just it's just awesome. But I'm gonna leave that there. Stay tuned. So as always, I'm just doing a lot of work behind the scenes, on myself and also for the collective. So I'm here. I never really went anywhere. I'm always here. I love you all so much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for doing the work. Thank you all for your service. Have an absolute sovereign day of heaven and earth. I love you.